Hi, Julie Torrens here. We are going to start drawing. People want to make more detailed faces, and I understand, so let's get started. I just am standing or sitting on a stack here of printer paper. I've got a Sharpie, you can use a pencil. We're going to just start out with an ovally shape that represents a face. Very beginner, but this is where you need to start. I'm going to divide this head right down the center. I'm going to, again, right across the center. This is where we're going to put the eyes. Now I'm going to go from this line to the chin, about halfway. And then from this line to the chin, halfway again. This gives us eyes, the bottom of our nose, our mouth. Everyone is different, so that's just how it is. Let's thin it up now. I'm still going to use black. I've just got a gel pen here, and I'm going to start with an eye right on this center. And I know that an eye is about an eye space between. So you have an eye space, and then another eye. So I'm going right here, and I just made a C shape. Now I'm going to go up, almond shape, down, almond shape. No two eyes are the same. So another backward C shape, and I'm just repeating the process. And I can't even see the other eye because my hand's in the way. Are they the same? Nope. Do I care? Nope. Okay, so we've got some eye placement. She's looking a little this way, I can tell, because I've got this eye closer than that eye to the middle line. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, a nose. Bottom of the nose is here, and we're going to do a real simple nose. We're going to do a nostril, and then a U shape. That's it. So how we're starting. And now I'm going to lay in a mouth. This is the way I find a mouth to be the easiest. You can do a circle and a circle. Remember we did the circles when we were doing our doll faces? And then just an oval at the bottom. And now I'm going to trace from a little bit wider than the nose up to that point, down to this point, around the oval, and there. Kind of a small mouth, but that's all right. Don't get hung up. Ears. Sometimes ears and teeth are the most hardest thing. I don't draw them in very often, but just so we know kind of placement. An ear is generally from this midline to this midline. That can look in drawing kind of big, and I just give it a little shape. Now, my head is turned a little this way, so I'm going to bring this ear in a little bit. Not a lot. I just brought that ear in. Throats. Throats generally start at the bottom of your ear. I know, but we don't see that part. So we start to see it about the bottom of the mouth. And so I usually start there, and I just give it a curve in and a curve in. This is our basic face. Very, very basic. So what am I going to do with this? I'm going to put it under, and now I can see my lines, and I'm going to work on drawing another face. But I've got my guidelines, and I believe you can see them too. Yes, they're faint, but there they are. So you can draw your oval, get your little landmarks in on your printer paper, and then just lay it. Now you can be working on notebook paper. You can be working on anything. I'm going to start with my oval, but I'm going to start going just a little bit sketchy. These are not photorealistic at all. We're just relaxing and having some fun. I make my little C shape, bring it up, bring it over, and yeah, I'm going real sketchy. Just like that. That nose, remember? Couple of those. Little nose. I'm going to make the mouth just a little bigger than I did. And I'm bringing the corners up. A little bit of a smile. Now, ears. There's some ears. And now we can start adding some details. But let's take some of these just one step at a time. Now, I'm going to save this. We're not going anywhere with it. But I'm going to switch back to a larger pen that is a little bit easier to see. Let's just talk about an eye. So I'm going to make that C shape. I bring this one up. I make a little hook here, just a little hook. And that kind of shows me the tear duct. Now, irises, and that's the colored part of our eye. It is very rare that you will see white at the top or the bottom of the iris. Your irises are round, just like that. Pupil, it's generally in the center, like that. Eyelid, I'm going to just start at the, not way over here at the edge of this tear duct, but up a little bit at the beginning of that backward C or forward C. And I'm just following, and you can make it as deep set or as small as you want. So there is a very, very basic eye. Let's see if we can do it on the other side. C shape, bring it up, down, here, up. They're not the same, quite normal. Even on a head, very rare that they're the same. Yeah, pretty good. They're fine. All right, now the nose. A nose is really mostly shading. I think an easy nose, C shape, backward C shape, U shape. In here are your nostrils. All of this is shading, but there's not really specific lines. Mouth, I'm going to go ahead and put in our circles, our oval, and now I'm going to draw a mouth. Little up. And again, very, very basic. The ear from the tip of the eye to the nose. And there we've got it. Chin, a very basic face. Eyebrows. Again, how high and how low, it's really up to you. But we can just put some eyebrows in. So, how do I get to this point? Practice, practice, practice. There's no easy way that I can show you. There's just practicing. I'm just looking at my two pupils, trying to kind of make them the same size. And there. So, yes, it's looking whimsical and all that, but I am not photorealistic, but I think we can have fun with faces. I really do. Okay, we've got our little guideline, and we've got some bleed through from the Sharpie. That's fine. I'm just going to flip it over and just let those little dots be there. I can see it, my edge. I'm going to switch to a pencil, and I think you'll be able to see fine. But now I'm just going to kind of show you how I use something like this and how I draw a face just when I'm drawing a cartoon, you know, whimsical, but not goofy. Try not to be goofy. All right, so I'm holding the back of this pencil and I'm just sketching in. There we go. I'm coming in a little bit. There's our eyes. Oh, they're not perfect? No, they're not. Mouth. You didn't draw the little circles in. Well, because I've drawn mouths. And your muscle, oh, she's got a little smirk. There she is. You're going to get that muscle memory as well. Eye. Drawing in a little bit of an eyelid and a little bit of an eyebrow. Okay, we're doing good. Now, if I wanted to do some shading, your eyeball, the white part, is round. So I like to put a little shading in this corner. You can, if you're using colored pencils, you could make that kind of pink. And same on this side, just a little shading. This line is darker because of the shadow of our eyelashes and just the eyelid. And I'm just putting a little more shading there. I'm going to put sideways just a little shading for that nose. Upper lid of your lip is always darker than the lower lip. So I'm just filling that in and just real light here. Eyelashes. I'm not good at eyelashes, but you can do like these U shapes. And I'm just doing 3. And then I just sort of fill them in. And then I kind of use that as my little guides. But I have to be careful because I end up with just spiders. Little few this way. A little bit of eyelashes there. But can you see I'm just sort of building a face? Now, how about some hair? If you like bangs, I think one of the easiest way is making an M, just as a guideline, and then I just sort of fill it in, and then add some fullness. And what have we got going on here? Well, I think we got a little bit of a face going on, don't we? I think she's kind of pretty. And no special tools, no special measuring devices. We just drew a face. Well, how'd that happen? Put a little shading in here for her nostril, little shading in here for her cupid's bow, little shading under the mouth, little shading under her chin, little shading on the side, little darker under the hair. little longer hair, why not? What are you thinking? Do you think we got a face going on here? I think we do. I think we got a beautiful face. Good for you. All right. Should we do one more? Got my little guide, putting it under, and quite honestly, this is what I want you to do over and over. So now I'm going to stick with the pencil. I can see my oval for my head, so I'm just starting right in with the eyes. Keeping it sketchy. I like that little smirk. Let's do another one. Isn't she fun? And they just kind of get a personality of their own. They're not the same. I don't think I've ever drawn two faces, even when I've tried the same. Get a little eyebrow, scribble, scribble. Nothing too fancy, a little bit of shading. A little bit of shading under here. Upper lip, always darker than the lower lip. And we're going to leave a little shine there. Why not? Oh, isn't she pretty? I'll go ahead and put an ear and an ear just because. But we're going to cover it up with hair. And she might have kind of a sideways swoop. Put the part in. And let's start making some hair. Maybe she's got one of those mom bobs. Is that what they call it? My hair's too curly. I never could have one of these smooth hairdos, but I think they're beautiful. Look at her. Look at her. I'm going to shade in a little on the sides. Shade in a little chin. Little shading under the chin. Little shading at the hairline. Maybe a few stray hairs. Like that. Look at her. Look at her. I'm going to give her some eyeshadow. Darken this. Some very simple eyelashes. A little more shading around the eye by just rubbing the pencil around. Let's give her some nostrils. It's a little shadow there. Little shadow here. And this is just a pencil from a insurance company, State Farm. And I'm just using my finger, filling in her hair a little bit. I kind of like the way this pencil shades. Yep. Wow. I'm going to add some of those lines. Whatever you do to the right eye, do it to the left. Just a little sparkle in the eye. I'm going to redefine this lip. We've got another face. Okay, so practice, practice. Now, people want to know how we can, work this into our watercolor, and that's what my next video is going to be. So for the next video, you're going to need your watercolors, some watercolor paper, your pencil. We'll get going. In the meantime, if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. It helps my channel so much, totally free, and today is a great day to subscribe. Down here's a video picked out for you. I'll see you over there.